Yo guys, welcome back to another trade recap. A double day, man. Um, shit. But my bad, guys. Just give us a sec. But yeah, we've passed another 50k combine, and we made money on our 50k XFA. So that's 250k. That's 100k in capital I've got now. I think I did say I was gonna go for 150k's, but I just don't have the funds for that, so I just go for 50k. But now my goal is I want to get 350k's. Um, but yeah, I'll just go over the trade that I did take. Before I jump on my express, so it looks like I took multiple trades, but I didn't. I'll just go over the market. But yeah, if you saw my daily outlook for yesterday, um, I wasn't sure where we were going, but just because we've dropped heavily in the past few weeks, and we've actually, I think, on the daily, um, daily we inverted this fair value gap, so maybe we could see some signs of bullish price action, but at the same time I'm just gonna have to see what the macro presents. But yeah, so obviously pre macro market dumped, so I was expecting some short bias. I just wanted to see how price would react of this 15-minute FVG. If you can rebalance and maybe see some drop lower. We did have a little bit of a rejection, but it wasn't enough to say, okay, now we want to reverse, now we want to continue lower. And plus, we did, take out these highs, and we have displaced, and we actually did come back to pull up, like to go up. So I thought, okay, so clearly buys are the way to go. Obviously, the best thing would have probably to 100% confirmed is wait for this to get inverted. This got inverted at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. news. So maybe, if you saw, honestly, I know this is quite a late entry, but even this would have been valid. That would have been your 50 points there. But yeah, so once I saw the 15-minute getting, disrespected, and once I just saw, okay, clearly the momentum is on the upside. We did have a nice SMT with ES, so I waited for price to come back into this 5-minute, 1-minute fair value gap, and I entered as soon as we closed above. So I actually entered here. My stop loss 30 points targeting, remember, only 50 points. So price came in, we were in profit, then we came back to our break even, but I still held the trade. And plus we did have 10 a.m. news, so I thought, if 10 a.m. news could maybe push up and be in our favor. The only worrying thing was we were on this 5-minute SIBI, and we were actually respecting it. That's what caused the breakdown. But obviously, if we are bullish, this should just be a retracement back into this. It came into 50%, and then we pushed up. So I'm happy I just held the trade. Obviously, if you did get stopped out, you got stopped out. Is or is out a comeback PM session. But yeah, so this was a bit risky compared to my normal trades, just because normally it's a clear push side to downside or upside, but this was a bit risky. But I'm happy I did hold it through. It looked really clean. We saw sell side taken out, we saw displacement. We just reacted to the first presented FVG, and it was this. So obviously on one of my 50k express, obviously, because I've only got, well, obviously right now I've got 996 drawdown, but prior to this is on 700. So for me to use one mini, I lose that trade, that counts blown. So for me, I just have to use 2 micros and build the buffer up slowly. And I'm just aiming for my 200 days. And if you guys saw yesterday's video, I made 198, so that day is basically wasted. Obviously it's not wasted, I mean, I made a 198 buffer. But Obviously, then today same thing happened. I literally made 198 again. I don't know what's been going on, but I've been messing with my take profit. I need to seriously like make sure I lock in. But yeah, I made 190. I thought, what the fuck? So then once price hit TP, um, I entered a few more buy positions. And then I got that extra like $6-7 just to make sure I got my 200 days. Obviously, it's risky because if prices melted down, I would have potentially lost all my profits. But I just following the momentum, I bought and I made my additional. I made like an extra almost $10. But yeah, and I only use one micro as well. But yeah, so I need to seriously just make sure I focus on that one trade that gets me my $200, rather than taking a few more trades that gets me that extra 5 6. Yeah, but yeah, overall a solid trade. Like I said, I marked out this 15-minute sell side fair value gap. I didn't, it was clearly just ripping through it. And then I just came back. I saw, okay, what's the low time frame saying? What's the 5 minute saying? We just completely disrespected multiple fair value gaps. So, okay, this is a sign for me to go bullish. We saw this taken out. We saw this displacement. Obviously, I don't think price is going to come all the way back here. So I just took the trade of the first presented FVG. I waited for 25%. And yeah, hit TP. And on the 50k, we've passed another 50k. We made 1k. We passed them. I think we bought it this Monday. No, we bought it this Monday, but Monday got stopped off for break even. Tuesday, I took a win. Wednesday, so we technically passed it in 3 days just because it could have been done a lot sooner. But you know what? I took 3 trades, 0 losses, just aiming 50 points, 1k. And it's simple, like not simple because bro, I'm saying that and I could fucking get another combine and I'll fail you, but just target 50 points and just use a mini. Because the way I used to approach these combines was, I'll have a fat stop loss and I'll have a big TP and I'll target 2 micros. I'll use 2 micros and aim for 400-500. But because now my system has changed a bit, my trading style has changed a bit now. I'm targeting less points, but I'm using 5 times the amount of contracts. So it's been able to make me more consistent, just catching them base hits. Whereas last time I was targeting hundreds of points using 2 micros, whereas now it's like I'm only targeting 50 points just using 1 mini. So my approach with this next 50k funded is definitely I'm going to. So with the next 50k, I'm gonna be a bit risky with it. I'm actually gonna still use 1 mini once I get the account. And this current 50k I've got, this express I've got now, I'm just gonna trade it normal, just use 2 micros. Because like I said, I don't have a buffer for me to go crazy. So I mean, I could come tomorrow and use 1 mini on both, and that's 2k there, and I've made like 1,000 on my express. But then if I lose that, then I've got barely any room, so I'll have to grow that back from. So if I lose 500-600, that's a month, 300 on my 50k. So no, so that's why I've got one account being conservative with it and another one being very aggressive with it. And then yeah, so hopefully then when I get another payout, I'll jump on the 150ks, and I'm still gonna stick to 1 mini because then you'll have a nice 4k drawdown. But yeah, man, that's another 50k in the bag. In the past month, alhamdulillah, we've been killing it, all praise to God. But yeah, man, so we've had, yes, today should have technically been 2 winning days, but it's only counts as 1, is because yesterday we only made 198. But yeah, so if we just keep going, obviously a loss is inevitable, it is going to come, but we gotta just keep going, man. Like if you just go on my stats, let me just do so that's 10, that's on my challenge. If you got my stats this week, all been winners last week. Yeah, this week all winners, last week all winners. The other week, um, this, this is the top set challenge. This was the XFA. This was a challenge. I wasn't really taking it seriously. I was still over trading, but XFA wise, we have had a losing trade, but obviously then we come back PM session, we win. So yeah, even the week before, it's a good week. Even the week before, so basically, the past month is just been. It's been solid, man. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days winning streak, and if you're on about like week to week winning, I think it's almost like 4 weeks winning. Obviously, we have had losses in between, but overall we end the week positive. So we're just gonna come back and see what happens tomorrow. But yeah, so our balance on our express is at 1k. So obviously, for me to kind of increase the size, I need to get to at least 2k. But with the other 50k express, I'm definitely going to be using, I'm going to be using 10 micros or a mini contract. And yeah, man, just get them 5 winning days. Ideally, I want my first trade of the day tomorrow on the 50k express to be the new 50k express to be a winning. So at least then I've got on top of that some extra breathing space, because I don't really want to lose the first trade, because if I lose, that's minus 600. And then because that trade through trade away, I can't use 5 micros to get. I'm just gonna have to stick to 1 mini. So that's what I'm saying. I don't mind being a bit risky on it. For the next 50k express, I'm genuinely just wanna rip out payouts. So if I can make 1k, that's 3k buffer I've got, and then coming from Monday, just carry on using 1 mini. And yeah, man, just get them 5 winning days. Obviously, it doesn't need to be in a row. Get them 5 winning days and just get a few $1,000s and pay out, and use that, and then just get bigger accounts. And yeah, my Q2 goals are definitely to get max allocated from stop to stop step, and then I'm probably gonna go with alpha futures, or probably gonna go with tops. I think is that new. It's this other firm where you can get daily payouts. So if I made a bag today, I can withdraw that bag. Or if I let's say I'm on this 50k express, I made 200, I can withdraw that 200. So that's a nice little feature. Yeah, I think take a profit trader, but yeah, really good day. Like I said, trading what I see now, what I want to see. I wanted to originally see some bearish come in just because we displaced 300 points, but if you see that bullish signature, take the buys. But yeah, that's it, guys. Another winning day, alhamdulillah. And yeah, man, we just gotta keep going. So with this account, I'm still gonna be very conservative, use 1-2 micros, and the other account I'm gonna use 1 mini contract. Just just use 1 mini. So ideally, I want our first day tomorrow to be a win. Let's see if we have got any news tomorrow. So tomorrow should be. I think tomorrow should be decent. So we shouldn't be getting any random spikes in the market. But yeah, I love you guys. God bless, and I'm just happy you guys are being able to see the journey with me. You guys can experience the ups and downs. I mean, coming from last year when I started making content in September, I was losing. I was in a losing streak. My trading was very different now. If you guys saw the video when I came back from holiday, December has been trash, and January, February, I just was in a big losing streak, man. And but yeah, I'm happy that I turned things around, and yeah, man, I've been proper going hard on the making content and making journaling, like on my book and on Notions. But yeah, that's another 50k in the bag. That's 100k in capital, and then my next ones are definitely gonna be 150ks. And if I can get 150ks, that's like I'm almost like a 600k funded. So if I can copy trade them, I think my next 150ks, I think I'm gonna go with I'm probably gonna go with a TopStep X platform. I'm just gonna have to see. But I do wanna copy them. But yeah, I know a lot of people have different approaches to funded. I mean, they got one funded for risky, then they use another. I think what they do is one funded, they wait till they get their payout, then the next funded they trade it and get till they get payout, and the other funded. But I think with futures, I'm just gonna copy trade them all and just use small sizing. I think that's the plan. I don't really wanna flip around. I wanna make sure they're all similar. Obviously, right now I'm using one monitor to execute on here. I'm using my other monitor to go on the TraderVate actual website and trading the 50k combine. So I'm gonna stick with that for now. Just carry on doing the way I've been doing it. Just because I can't copy trade them, just because I'm using 2 micro Z and the other one I'm gonna use a mini. So I'm not gonna copy trade them. But yeah, I love you guys. God bless. Take care. And I'll come back tomorrow. I'll come back, I think, tonight and do another trade outlook and see what tomorrow brings. But yeah, God bless.